Morning, everybody. Troy from the Do-It-Yourself World and the Off-Grid Project. The crew is here, cutting down some more trees today. Actually, I was out cutting trees. I'll show you what I've done. And I ran through my tank of gas that I wanted to burn, which took a long time, surprisingly. And shut off my saw, and I heard saws going. And here they were. I didn't even know they were here. But they're widening out my meadow. And I'll show you what I've been up to. I trimmed some of the trees over here a little bit. Actually, Chris already hauled them away. I was going to show you what... well, Chris took them all away. Well, thank you, Chris.
Yeah, no problem.
I had a bunch of trees that I had cut up here. I'll show you. He's been hauling them over and stacking them up in the new wood shed over here. He's taking the wet ones and putting them here. The log splitter is going to go over here, maybe even today. And then he's taking the cured ones and stacking them over here. Wait, I'm going to have uncured over here and cured over here. Anyway, we've got piles of firewood starting out for next year. So we'll have 2, 4, 6 cords of wood we'll be able to fit in here when it's all done. Little home light that my dad gave me. I want to say thank you again. That is a really good saw. I cut for... So how long do you figure, Chris? Maybe an hour I cut with that thing?
Yeah, 45 minutes to an hour.
So I'll show you what I was doing out here. Well, these guys are actually bringing that tree down. That's actually cool. They're going to try to bring that tree down and make it fall backwards instead of forwards. Get that tree moving. They're pulling it with the truck. They're trying to make it go back instead of falling into my meadow. We don't want it to hurt my fruit trees. I hope they succeed. It looks like it's coming this way. I really hope they succeed. Doesn't look good. Doesn't look good. Oh, don't hit my mulberry tree. Not good. Oh, I hope it misses my mulberry tree. So they got the one tree and it came down really nice. So I was cutting all these over here. All the whole, there was 4 or 5 trees here I just cut out into logs. Oh, that tree's coming down in the yard. Just miss my mulberries, all I care. Don't hit my little mulberry. Oh, it's going sideways. It's going sideways. There it goes. It missed the mulberry. I'm happy. I'm gonna go thank him. Chris is splitting the wood piles. Actually, he knocked out one entire pile already. And I'm stacking the kindling up here. That's going to be kindling and fast burning wood. He's tossing it in here, so I'll sit down for a minute here. And cured wood is in the corner. Uncured wood over here. So we're sorting it out and stacking it as we go. There's a lot of wood here. It's a lot more than it looked like, isn't it, once we start cutting it. So I'm going to be hooked up this winter, really hooked up. So I'm going to get this all stacked in the corner over there. I'm going to have to work through what he's got first and then stack this up. But we're doing it as we go and getting this. We've got to get all this area cleaned up now. All these wood piles have to get out of here so we can move the motorhome back here. So now I get to sit in the shade and stack wood for a while. We're working in the shade also because it's in the 90s again, over 90 degrees. By the way, I saw some snotty person commenting rudely about how I'm a liar because Pine Bush town proper didn't have such and such a temperature on such and such a day, but they had the wrong day. And anybody who lives out here up this mountain way will tell you there's a different climate here by the hills than there is 5 miles away. we have an entirely different climate over here than there is 5 miles away. And anybody who lives out here will confirm that. It's totally different. Chris,
Yeah.
what's the weather like here compared to in town?
Way more humid and hotter.
There you go.
I'm in a t-shirt today, so I should tell you something.
There's a different climate here. I can't explain it, but the temperature and the weather's different here in the meadow. But up on this mountain, our growing season is later over here too. My friend, he plants the same time I do, or no, he plants a little bit earlier than I. His grass is growing earlier than mine is. His weeds are growing earlier than mine are each year. And his stuff grows faster and better because it's a different climate. Theirs starts earlier and they have a longer season, just a few miles away. But here it's hotter in summer. Although I do believe it's warmer here in winter than in town. I haven't actually confirmed that. I haven't actually checked. So this will get wet next time it rains, but it'll dry before I'm ready to use it, so that's fine. This will be good. Fire starting wood. There's these oddball logs here. I'll put them over there. So I'll stack all this and then I'll empty this wheelbarrow when I get to it. When I get done with this over here, I just got to keep going at it. Well, there's a start to the pile. Cured wood over here. That's not much, but it's the beginning. And there's a lot more. There's a lot more out in the woods that we got to finish, so it's going to be all right. This is going to be filled up by the time where fall comes around. Well, Chris has been working really hard here, faster than me because my chainsaw is giving me trouble. He's got all this pile. I've been stacking it up over here. And he's just finishing up a few little logs that were too long for my wood stove. And I don't know if you guys remember here, we had a massive, I mean this was a big pile. It was this high of wood. And it came around, and it covered that pallet. And it came around over here. This was a big pile of wood. And all the stuff that he can chop with that saw is pretty much all gone. So now we've just got 2 more piles. That one there will go really fast with his chop saw. And I've got to get out here, I don't know why my chainsaw stalls in between cutting every time I set it down, it stalls. And it's odd. Anyway though, we're getting it put away. Getting it all put away, clearing out this property.
No.
Oh,
it was all that side. It was all that length.
Alright, they're perfect.
Yeah, I think they were stakes in the garden when we did a year or 2 ago.
Yeah, you cut up all the garden stakes. That was too long. Alright. That's good. They were well cured. That one's way too long. That one's just. Oh, that one's. Sorry, kicking out some rejects, but.
Hey, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work.
It's not gonna fit in the wood stove.
Nope. No sense of stacking it.
Babies. I'm gonna have to put up a side rail here for sure.
Yeah.
That one's just too big. That's the awkward thing about those